Hey everyone, my name is John Jennings and I go by the moniker Tipsy on the live streaming platform Mixer. And I thought it would be fun to come up with this video blog, logging not only for myself the journey that I've been taking as a live streaming content creator, but I also wanted to give somewhere where my viewers and supporters could go to get a more of an inside, in-depth look as to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what I'm working on, what my plans are for the future, and things of that nature. I consider myself to be a variety streamer. And in its most basic terms, a variety streamer is typically somebody who plays a variety of games on their channel, or maybe they do a variety of different things such as playing games, cooking, digital art, and things like that. And I think I fall more into that second category, and I'm starting to weigh more heavily on non-gaming, more of the creative segments, what you can do with those creative segments, and how I see those creative segments evolving in the future. And I want to share some of that with you and how I do it, because I'm looking to find other creative people, not only to collaborate with, but also to start doing what I'm doing to sort of usher it into that direction. Because I'm somebody who has a very extensive background in the entertainment industry. I have been in the industry since I was 3 years old. I've studied theater, film and TV and voiceover, and I've worked in theme parks. I was a full-time puppeteer for Disney. It goes back a long way, and I have a lot of experience, and I want to start sharing some of my experience with you. What I've been doing on the Mixer platform is I have been producing my own shows. And what I mean by shows is I mean it is a completely clean, packaged segment from beginning to end that is being done in real time. If anybody has worked in film before, you know how tedious it can be with all the pre-production work and then the shooting days and then all the post-production work that goes into any project. And what I've been able to do with live streaming is, yes, there's still a decent amount or a fair amount of pre-production work. When it comes to filming and post-production, all of that is being done in real time, and that's the glory of live streaming. And one of the other major bonuses is that your audience is there and responding to you in real time. You are getting responses to what you are creating right now, and you can make adjustments as quickly as right after stream for the next one you're about to do. I'm also creating segments that immediately rely on that back and forth between you and the viewer at home, because that's the fun of live streaming. That's the fun as a streamer and as a viewer, is being able to affect the content that is being created in real time and be a part of that project or that segment or that series that you love. So I thought it would be fun to give you an inside look into the very first creative project that I made on the Mixer platform, and I still do it to this day. It is a morning interactive puppet-hosted talk show segment called Hello and Good Morning. And I'm going to break it down into how we set it up each month, the pre-work that I put into it, what my creative team does for me, how I make it run completely smooth all the way through. I'm going to show you the entire package. So the very first thing we're going to go over is an intro. So for every creative project that I do, I have a dedicated intro screen for that project. It's all themed. Everything is themed together in a nice, clean package. Now, for Hello and Good Morning, we do a different theme every month. The theme for this month is food. So what I'm about to show you is the intro that we have for the month of food. It is something that we switch out every month. So here is a sneak peek at what food looks like for this month. So we start off like you would like a movie where you have, it's a Tipsy production. That is my branding. That is my logo. And it will slowly fade into what the theme is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. And what you're going to see here is a montage of food that we find. And now it is important to understand that everything that you see here is free online footage. You want to make sure that when you are doing a creative segment, you own everything that you are using, or that everything you are using is 100% copyright-free, public domain, free use. You do not want to be flagged for copywritten material. So as you can see, as it rolls through, I have credits rolling, just like you would have for a TV show. It is showing you the names of the hosts for the puppet characters in here. It gives you Dark Side 082, who made this intro video, Sleek Mouse, who does the backgrounds. These are my Patreon supporters, both on the highest level and on the entry level. It'll also credit the chat, because it is important to credit the chat. Along with here is my moderators, who help out as well. So this gives you an idea of what it looks like. We're not going to sit through the whole thing, but it's about 5 minutes long. And the idea is, not only do you have a creative, unique intro for people to watch right now, instead of a starting soon screen, which can just be a stagnant graphic, but when I pull it from here and throw it onto YouTube, it is a show because it has an intro, and this intro takes place of that starting soon screen. So after this rolls through, we go into the main screen of Hello and Good Morning. And like I said, this week is food. So here we are in a kitchen. Now, it is important for you to know that I am controlling everything, and I will be controlling everything throughout this segment from a Stream Deck, because this is how I am controlling the show when I'm doing it. Everything that is here is being controlled by this tiny little push button deck. So what we have here is the main screen. That background is created by Sleek Mouse. It is a beautiful retro kitchen. We have our desk here. It is a morning interactive talk show. We have my logo over on the far right there, along with the Hello and Good Morning logo. On this little desk here, these are all the different creative streams that I create on the channel. Stroking Together with Tipsy Ross, Tuesday. This one is for Sunday Funday Monday. It's a crossword puzzle stream. And a lot of the things that are on this desk now have been submitted by viewers to be put on his desk. This is a graphical, just digital image of the puppet host character. This is what he really looks like, and normally he would be behind that desk. Hello, here we are. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Yes. So this is Dumpleping. He is the host of the show, and he would be normally standing behind that desk. If you would like to see more episodes, there are plenty of episodes on the YouTube channel right here. I think now we're like close to 80, or maybe even over 80 at this point. Another thing to note that is very important when you are producing a show like this one is that about 90% of the show is coming from the chat. So it's a very bare bones setup for this show. So to give you an idea, we roll credits, we come in, I'm saying good morning to people. We're just kind of spitballing for a while. We might go on a rant about something, about food, or, a toy, or an experience we've all shared, and it's just more of like a very soft opening talk, and just have your morning coffee and just chat for a while and kind of see where things go. Now, something that you can't see that is also very important is having the chat on the screen. And I'm going to show you where it is. You're not going to be able to see it right now, but if I type something into my bot, I'm using the Mix It Up bot. There. It pops up on the screen. This is where I am logging all of chat and what they are saying to me in real time. And the reason why I put it on the screen is not only for logging it and making sure that it's there. It's an easier way for people to watch VODs when they make it full screen. The chat will be there on the screen. They don't have to have the chat log up, because sometimes the chat log does not match with the video, especially if you're scrolling through the video. Syncing up the chat and the video can get a little wonky. So just make sure that always stays clean. And it's also for YouTube, so that when I pull this video off of Mixer and I upload it to YouTube, the entire conversation is there. You can follow along watching past episodes, no problem, because you can see what he's reading and who he's reacting to and how the chat is reacting. And you can see that that synergy of the two things happening in real time. And I think that is very important. And I have it for every single creative segment that I produce. So there is the chat. And the chat will collect everything on every screen that we're about to move to. So after we do the morning chat, and this usually lasts about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how the responses are going and how we're feeling. And then we start transitioning into different segments. And usually the first segment I pop into after the opening chat is we go right into the question of the day. So the question of the day is a segment where we ask some weird, irreverent question, such as how much does it weigh, or why is it wet, or where did it go, or where's the last place you saw it, something like that. And the idea behind this segment is it is a call to action. So this segment is usually only about a minute in length from the beginning to end. Once we start filming it, we'll take some time to warm up and figure out the question and what streamer we want to call out and all that kind of stuff. And then I will post this later on in the week. I film this on Monday. I post the question of the day on Wednesday. So this is content that I am posting on Twitter on a different day to help create more traffic and more awareness about the brand by spreading out what I am posting throughout the week. So this is the question of the day, and I have all kinds of different backgrounds that I can turn this to. There's brown, that's kind of gross. There's blue, indigo, yellow, orange, green. I can change up the backgrounds. And the idea behind changing up the background color, when you see a different colored background, you know that it's a new question. So that is all part of the process as well. Always have a different vibrant popping background. So when people are scrolling through Twitter, they notice the background, they see the color, they know it's a new one, and they might engage. It's only a minute long. So after we are done with this segment, we transition into another segment called the Dumple Duel. So the idea behind Dumple Duel is that it is another Twitter-inspired segment. What happens is Dumpleping here, the host of the show, will come up with a would you rather question. He will pose it to another streamer on the platform, and they have to answer that question and give him a would you rather question in return. And that it goes back and forth until the streak is broken. And if they can hit certain milestones, they get certain things. I will roll the intro. This is the intro for the segment. Very hardcore. And this rolls before every Dumple Duel, and it rolls at the very end. Okay. And that will take us into the segment. He will answer the question that was there before. He asks a new one, and things will pop up on the screen while he's here and talking. And then he switches to this screen, and this is where he poses the new question for the streamer. And then it will end, and we'll roll that intro video clip again as the ending bumper. And what that allows me to do is find it quickly post-stream. This morning segment is usually only about an hour to an hour and a half, but in the end, it allows me to scroll through a VOD very quickly and pick out the exact moments of when the Dumple Duel started and ended, clip it out, have it ready to go. It saves me a lot of time on the back end. The next segment that we will roll into is an advice segment called Snickle Says. And Snickle Says is a wonderful little character who gives you terrible advice. So, I mean, brilliant advice. What am I talking about? You can submit a question through the Discord to Snickle Fritz here. This is Snickle Fritz right here. Oh, baby, it's so good to see you. So it's usually him behind the desk instead of that cardboard cutout. Now, there are intros that run for Snickle Says. Again, this is an opportunity for me to bookend this segment with this intro. I also have an outro that I play. At this point is allowing me to swap out puppets because I've been using Dumpleping and I need to switch. And it allows me to find it quickly in post-production so I can quickly clip it out and have it ready to go to post to YouTube. We are then going to return back to the main screen. So here we are at the very end, and one of the interactive things that I do for this segment, for the theme, I also ask them to submit GIFs to me that they find off of the internet that we can then share here together. So I will show you, I think I still have this set up from this week when we did lunch. We try to break up the theme into sub-themes. So we started this month with breakfast, we hit lunch, next is dinner. So we go into some GIFs. and I compile all of the GIFs that are submitted to me, and I throw them into a slideshow folder, and we will just sit here and roll through these and react to them and continue the conversation about food. And I usually roll about, I think it's like 16 GIFs. Again, I'm controlling all of this from the Stream Deck. Everything is coming from here. So every button push that I'm doing is taking away and bringing up a different GIF. And then this will close out the segment. So at the end, you will have credits. Here is my executive producers on Patreon. They're at the highest level. They get their own title card. Here are all of my other supporters on there. There's a couple different levels. Here are base and mid-tier supporters on the channel. Thank them. Here is thanking the moderators and creative team for being awesome people, helping keep the chat safe in front of the scenes and behind the scenes and through the Discord and all that kind of stuff, community management, and also my creative team down here, Darkside082, who made a lot of the logos. He made the intro screen. He made that Stroking Together with Tipsy Ross logo. Tuesday, Sunday, Funday, Monday, and that little frog in the corner. And Sleek Mouse, who made all of the little sticker versions of all of the characters that show up in the segment. He also made the Hello and Good Morning logo and the kitchen background that we saw in the beginning. And last but not least, I thank the Puppet Forge, who created the puppets that I use on the segment every morning. He made the puppets of Dumpleping and Snickle Fritz and Timmy, who we have not shared. But here is Timmy. Timmy is the tech of the show, and everything goes wrong under him. He's kind of the foil of the whole thing. And last but not least, I thank the viewers for watching, and that I will see them next time. And all of these segments that I'm showing you, I'm going to go back into the main segment. But as you can see from the intro to this screen, transitioning into question of the day, transitioning into the Dumpledool, transitioning into Snickle Says, transitioning back into this one, and then transitioning through all of the credits is all being done with buttons pushed on the Stream Deck. It's all being done in real time. And the reason why I need this is because when I'm puppeteering, I have this headset mic on. I actually have a green screen hood on that's covering the top half of my head so that it doesn't pop up from behind the desk, because usually the cam is set up, it's framed up right behind the desk. But I'm also puppeteering at the same time. So I have my right hand inside of him, and I'm holding it above my head so he's popping up behind the desk, right? So how am I going to control the stream? Well, to do all those transitions, I'm doing everything on the Stream Deck with my left hand. I'm making things pop up and go away and transition into different segments, all while I'm puppeteering at the same time by pushing all of these buttons. Down here on the side. Here I can transition into the Dumpledool, and it will go over there. Or I can go, okay, now we're going to Snickle Says, so we're going to switch over here, and I don't ever have to use my right hand to do anything. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment to have, and it allows me to do what I'm doing, and it allows me to do it in real time. And I'm also, switching out puppets during intro segments and outro segments and things like that. But everything is being done right now. And then when it is completed, I am just pulling that VOD off of Mixer and I'm uploading it to YouTube. I'm giving it a custom thumbnail. I have a set description for everything and the tags and all that kind of stuff. We can go into that later. Everything is organized into playlists. It's very clean, very organized, and acts as more of an archive for all the creative projects that I have done. And I might get into that later. I might get into Stream Deck setup later, and all that kind of stuff. But for this first video, I just wanted to give you a baseline idea of what I'm doing here on Mixer. Because what I'm doing right now is very niche. It's very small. It's a very, very small corner of the live streaming community. It's very hard to get. It's hard enough to get found as a creative content producer, but to also do something that is this niche and this small, and it's not on for very long. A lot of streamers are relying on the length of stream. They're hitting 4, 8, 12, 16-hour streams. And I am going on and streaming for, all my creative segments are between 1 and 2 hours. So they're about 1.5, 2 hours. They don't expand beyond that, because my idea is that I am creating a live streamed YouTube channel where you know what segments are being produced, you know what time it's going to be there, you know roughly how long they're going to be, and if you show up at 10 a.m. Central Time on Mondays, Hello and Good Morning will be rolling. A lot of my other segments are 7 p.m. Central, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you know what you're getting, you know what segment it is, you know how long it is, you know to be there, you're interacting. So that's the kind of community that I'm trying to cultivate. And I will go through other creative streams that I've done as I do more of these video blogs. I'm going to try to do these maybe once or twice, maybe like every other week, maybe like twice a month, maybe a little bit more if I get excited about something. But I've really enjoyed my journey as a content creator. I enjoy making these creative segments. I like the work that goes into it. I love the outcome. I love the responses that you get from viewers. It's an incredible platform with an incredible potential for what you can do with it. And like I said before, I think, or maybe I didn't, I don't know, I've been talking for a long time. I believe that I am 100% ahead of the game in terms of what creative streaming is going to mean in the future. And I really want to push and motivate other creatives to want to do this same thing or want to get ahead of the ball as well. If anybody watching this video has any further questions about what I've done, or there's something you want to see more in depth, please put them in the comments below. Please like this video or thumbs it down or something so I know what you like and what you don't like. It's weird doing a video that's not being live streamed because I don't get that aspect. So please, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, give me a reaction. Put something in the comments. Subscribe. That's something I haven't had to say because I haven't done anything on YouTube. So subscribe, hit that bell, you know, do all the things, get the notifications of when I'm posting things, or I don't know. I'm new to the YouTube aspect of doing all of these things, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some insight. Later on, I can also talk about merchandising and how that works with what I'm doing with all these creative streams. So there's a lot of stuff that I can cover within what I'm doing. But this is just to give you a quick insider view of something that I'm producing, how I'm producing it, and maybe inspires you to create your own. You can find me on Twitter at Tipsy. I have a Discord. I don't know if there's a clean link for that or not. But if you go to my Mixer page, you can get to my Discord from there, I think. I don't know. It's always a weird link for that. You can find me in there. Ask me more questions. If you have a creative idea that you have been sitting on and you need help figuring out how you can package it into something clean like this here, please hit me up and I will help you out in any way that I can. Just keep in mind, the more fleshed out the idea is, or the more work that you can put ahead of it before you present it to me, the more help I can be in steering you in the right direction. If you just come to me and say, I want to do a talk show, I'm not sure if I can do anything with that. But if you're like, here's my idea for a talk show, here's the angle, here's what I'm thinking for different segments or scenes or backgrounds, or, you know, how can I chop this up? How can I clean it up? How can I make it a seamless project? Those are more the things that I can work with and I can give you a lot better advice on. This was a very quick video. It's very rough. I don't plan. I spend so much time on my creative segments that I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to put into the video blocks for a while. So they are going to be very rough and kind of rambling and maybe stream of consciousness kind of thing. But I know that I'm going in with a focus, and I'm hoping that I can keep it. I hope you guys have a great rest of whatever day we're on right now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I know my days of the week. I'm going to get out of here, but I hope to see you guys next time for another blog entry. Goodbye.